Now, there are some fire problems or hazards in our kitchen. One of them is real simple. We can see it. If we're using our stove, we shouldn't have a magazine there, should we?
No.
No. So we should put the magazine over here where we'd sit and read it.
Mm-hmm.
You think the pot holder should be here? No, that's right, because that could catch on fire too. We should put that away. So now you know it's very important to always put things away, because if you don't put them away, they could be somewhere where they could catch on fire. We don't want things to catch on fire. Now, you have a baby brother, right?
Uh-huh.
Does he like to stick things in places they don't belong?
No.
No? Maybe does he try taking it? What do you think he might do if he picked up a pen and saw something like that? He might put a finger in there. His finger might not fit, but he might try and stick a pen in there. So that's why it's always very important to have the safety caps on plugs, right?
Yeah.
So you don't get a shock or stick something in that could catch on fire. And maybe then that means, do you think it's a good idea to have something like a plug near the sink?
No.
No. So we don't want that near the sink, right?
Right.
Very good. Now, there's another fire problem in here that I know you can't see, but lots of people do it. I do it a lot. You like pizza, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My favorite's Papa John's. And I can't ever eat the whole pie. So there's always a couple slices left. What do you think I do with those extra pieces of pizza? What do you do with your extra slices of pizza?
Where do we put them?
In the fridge.
Good.
See, you're a good person. You put them in the fridge. I don't. You know what I do? I keep them in the box. I put the box in the oven.
Uh-oh.
You think that's a good place to keep a pizza box?
No.
You're right. It's not. But people do it. And you know why that's bad?
Why?
Well, I put my pizza in there. Now maybe someone else comes over to use the oven and they turn it on to start preheating it. They come over, they get out something that they're going to cook. They set it here. Now they walk over here to the bedroom. They're gone for a few minutes, and when they come back, now they see smoke coming out from the oven doors. That's not good, is it?
No.
Now, if you see smoke coming out from the oven door, do you know what you should do?
What?
Find an adult, and you get everybody outside, and you call 911, and you wait for the fire department to come. You don't want to open this and say, oh, it was a pizza box burning, because you might open it, and flames might come out. And if the flames come out, they could burn your clothing, your hat if you're wearing one in the house, or they might just come out and start the kitchen cabinets on fire. Nobody wants a fire, right?
No.
No. So if you see smoke, just get out, call 911. Make sure you get everybody out with you. Go to where it's safe. Now, the other thing that's dangerous in the kitchen is when we're cooking. If we have something on the stove, do you think the handle should stick out like that?
No.
No. 'Cause somebody might bump it, or maybe baby brother comes over and pulls down on it to see what's in it, and then it dumps on them, and that's bad. Right? So the handle should always be turning in, like that. That way it's safe. Nobody can bump it, and you can't just reach up and grab hold of it and maybe tip it over. So that's the safe way. And well, let's say we're cooking some macaroni and cheese in there, and it catches on fire. What do you think we should do to put it out? Do you know? Well, the best thing to do is get a lid, and you cover it up, turn it off, get an adult, and you get out and call 911. Always you want to call 911, even if there's a little fire. Call 911. Because the firefighters, we'd rather come and get in here and maybe have to get rid of a little bit of smoke and say, yep, macaroni and cheese, it's really done. And I have to need something else for dinner now, and probably have to buy a new pot. But it's easier to buy a new pot than it is to buy a new kitchen, isn't it? A little cheaper too. Now, did you ever hear your smoke detector go off?
Uh-huh.
You have, so you know what it sounds like then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then you know when you hear it, what it means, and that means that maybe you need to get out because there's a fire. So there's different types of smoke detectors. We have one in here that when it goes off, it flashes a bright light too, because it's made for people who can't hear if they're deaf. It flashes a bright light too. But there's another alarm in here that goes off for carbon monoxide, and that sounds a little bit different, but it tells us about a gas that you can't see or smell. And when it goes off, it makes a different noise. Now I'm going to make that one make its noise, because you've probably never heard one like this before. It's a little bit noisy, won't be too bad though, and it's going to be right there on the wall. It beeps like that. See, it's right here. It'll beep, and the green light turns to red. That means there's a gas you can't see, but it could be dangerous for you and you need to get out. So you get out, you call 911. Now, the other fire alarm we have in here, we won't do it right now because your brother's in here and it's too loud for him. But we'll come back to do that so you get to see what it's like, okay? We'll do that just for you then, all right? Now, the other thing we get to do in here is we get to practice about what to do in the event of a fire. Wait. Now, if there's ever a fire, what is a fire going to make a lot of? Yucky.
Smoke.
Very good. Makes yucky smoke. Smoke's not good for anybody. Now, when there's a fire, if this was burning, it makes smoke and heat, which will go up, and it travels across the ceiling and it eventually comes down. So when there's a fire with smoke, you need to get down low
And
and crawl. And you crawl to your way out. You should always know two ways out of a room, whether it's your kitchen, a bedroom, any room, you want to know two ways out. Now, we're going to practice that. I'm going to put a little bit of smoke in here. Now, it's smoke that doesn't hurt anybody, though, okay? It's pretend smoke. It looks like smoke, but it doesn't hurt us. It's so we can practice getting down low and crawling to the door. Now, before you open the door, you want to test the door. You test it with the back of your hand. If the door's cold, you test the handle. If the handle's cold, it's okay to open it nice and slow and careful. And if it looks safe, you go into that room where you go out. If it's warm, don't open the door. Look for your next way out, okay? Now, you think you're ready for a little bit of smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just a little bit, it won't be too bad. I think you'll be okay here too. We'll see about the bedroom part. I don't know if we'll see what you think in there. All right, here comes a wee little bit of smoke. And it's gonna blow right down this way. Now, see how the smoke comes across?
Mm-hmm.
You can come down this way. You're gonna come down
Go ahead.
where your brother is. Come down nice and slow.
It's
Okay.
Hi. See, it's okay yet. Keep coming down. You're doing good. There you go. Now you see, it's getting easier to see, isn't it? Smoke's not as bad, is it? No. And then what we're going to do, when we get down here, I just want you to look up and you can see what I mean. All the smoke's up high, but it's not too bad down here, is it? No. Now we're going to crawl over to that door. We're going to crawl. I want you to test the door. Is it warm? It is. I hope it's not. That's not. It's okay. You can open that door now. We're going to go into that room. And that's going to be our bedroom where we're going to pretend.
cold.
That's right. So now it's safe to open it. There you go. We crawl into that room. Now, when we crawl in here, we're going to bring some smoke in with us, but that's okay. You can stand up when you get in here because we're going to practice the next part. You can
This
sit on the
this
bench
room
there.
gets filled, just so you know. So you know.
Now, here we pretend. I'm going to put a lot of smoke in this room in just a minute. Okay? We're going to make it really, really smoky, but I don't want you to go anywhere right away. You're going to stay right there like it's your bedroom. You're going to pretend you're in bed, and it's going to get smoky. When you hear the smoke alarm go off, I want you to roll off your bed, and you're going to crawl to that door and test it. If the door's warm, what are you going to do?
Open it. It's the handle.
If it's warm, you're testing it, and it's warm. If it's warm, you don't open it, and you look for your next way out. And here, we're going to pretend this door's not here. This is for mommies and daddies to use because we can't go out the window because we're too big for the ladder. But you're gonna be able to go to this window. You're gonna find it, and you're gonna unlock it if it's locked. We'll make sure it's unlocked for you. You're gonna come to the window. You're gonna slide it open, and then Joe's gonna help you. When you come to the window, you're gonna climb onto the ladder, turn and climb down it, and then we're gonna take you to the phone where you can practice calling 911. Okay? All right. Now I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna bring in lots of smoke this time. But you don't go anywhere till you hear the smoke detector, okay? Nothing to be afraid of though, alright? Alright, here comes lots of smoke this time. Lots of it. It's okay yet. Now you're gonna come out of bed, down low. Come on down. There you go, roll out. Now you're gonna crawl to the door. See, you can see real good. Test the door then for me. Does that one feel warm?
No.
That one should feel warm.
It's hot.
Oh, it feels okay. Well, if it's hot, then you don't open it. Now we're gonna come this way. And we're gonna climb over to the window. Now notice the smoke's starting to get down low, but that's because we're crawling around and we're testing. Open the window. Go ahead. There you go. Now you're gonna climb into the window and then down the ladder.
Grab
Joe's
hold
gonna
of the bar
help
here.
you.
Grab a hold of the bar. That's it, girl. Now turn around. As you come out. That's it.
Nah, I gotta go out.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
See that?
And then you can take her to the phone, Joe.